What's going on YouTube? It's Donnie Day. I'm bringing you a Jack Wolf Knives slip joint blade today, but not this one. No. I'm bringing you something completely new, one he hasn't done yet, and this is going to be fantastic for the people. So this is the Jack Wolf Knives Gateway series. I love the artwork done because you can see the open gate and the hand is extending to anyone to come through the gate, welcoming them to the Jack Wolf Knives family. And I think that's really smartly done. On the back, you can see it says Jack Wolf Knives Gateway. This box is one of the ways they're going to keep the price down. And oh yes, did I mention that these are going to be, I think they're $69.99, affordable. Anyone can have them. Welcome to the Jack Wolf Knives family blades. That is fantastic. So to keep the cost down, rather than doing this and having a bunch of stuff inside, and what happens is whenever they do a knife, they have to redo all the labels because every single one of them is different, right? So what he's going to do with this one, because they are really smart, this is going to be the gateway box. Whenever you buy one, it's going to be here. The only difference is whatever model you bought, it's just going to say so right there on the little sticker. So to keep costs down, they're not making a deficiency in the knife. They're making a deficiency in some of the packaging. Now, some of the materials are going to be different. Some of the build, the way they build it is going to be different, but still 100% Jack Wolf Knives. Now, I want to pull this thing out of here. You're going to come out of the sleeve into a nice Jack Wolf Knives box. And ooh, my thumb don't work. So let's try and push that open. That is stunning. Stunning. So the Gateway series. And this one is the Barlow. I believe it's just called the Barlow. And this is, it is the Gateway Barlow. And the Barlow is obviously the knife shape. It's not like a special name like the Terminator. And this one is smooth blue bone. And it is beautiful. And when I talked about the difference in construction, you'll notice on a modern slip joint that he does like this one. This is the Venom. On a modern slip joint, it is the Venom. It is screwed on, right? And traditional slip joints are pinned. So he went with a traditional pinning on this one, which is way different. Now the steel is something I'm pretty excited about because I have been bragging about this stuff for about a year now. This is 14C28N. If you don't believe me that I've been absolutely bragging about it, go through some of my videos. 14C28N steel, which as any knife guy knows, this is a really good knife steel. Actually, it's a fantastic knife steel. They use a lot of 14C28N, which is a fantastic knife steel, especially if you care about keeping an edge. This stuff is really, really good. I just love this stuff. It is a well-rounded steel. For me, I associate it with like a D2. It's easy to field sharpen. It holds an edge. It's good for corrosion resistance. This is a really, really good steel. And for him to be using this on a gateway, I think is a really good choice because he's saying, I want an entry-level knife, but I don't want to give it to you in like a 3CR, something, 7CR. He wants a really good knife steel. It has to still be a Jack Wolf Knives knife. Now, I want to show you. That's the walk and talk on the Venom. It's like a, what, $250 knife, whatever it is. Okay, watch this. Bam. Bam. I cut my thumb off. Bam. Bam. So now, bam. 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 It's the same walk and talk. It has the same open and close as the really expensive knife. It's here. It's the same way. It's the same build. When you go spine to spine and you rub your finger across it, it still feels like one piece. You don't feel the difference in the pieces. This is super nice. But let's go over all the stats on this thing. So it's got, obviously, you saw the Federal Shield on it. That is absolutely classic. This one is smooth bone. I'll show you the other colors. Integral bolsters and liners are satin stainless steel. The hardware is nickel silver pins. The blade is a flat ground, which I freaking love a flat grind. Everybody knows it. Flat ground, a 14C28. It's a Swedish steel too. It's really, really good stuff. The blade finish is a belt satin, absolutely flawlessly done. The closed length is 3.87 inches. The blade length is about 3 inches, 2.98. It doesn't get closer to 3 than that, outside of 2.99. The cutting edge is 2.67. Scale to scale is 0.44. The blade stock is 2.5 millimeters. Normally, I think his other ones are 3 millimeters, and this one is 2.5 millimeters. And you're thinking, well, wow, that changes it a lot. No, it doesn't. It doesn't change it a lot. You're still getting enough steel to make a full knife right there. So that is going to be still super duper good. The Rockwell is about 58-59 in the hardness, and it is abso-freaking-lutely gorgeous. I have to say, in the hand, it's a Barlow. It is an absolute Barlow. I love his tight walk and talk, because I can put my thumb here and put a little bit of pressure without it closing on my hands. And even if I put too much pressure, it's still going to, stop. My thumb doesn't work. It doesn't bend. I can't bend my thumb. It's going to stop. Boom. It's not going to close on you. So, especially me, because my thumb won't push it. But I can put pressure, and you can see it just barely wiggling. I can put pressure on there. And so when I'm cutting, boop, 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 it just makes it so, so nice. The walk and talk on these. Remember, Jack Wolf Knives, these are the single best slip joint knives in the world. They're that good. They're not that good. They're that great. And to have one at this price point that has the same exact build quality as ones at this price point, I believe Jack Wolf Knives just let out a big, "You're welcome." All right, so stats, we already went over. I was about to show you the other ones. Hold on. All right, so the other configurations, they come in an abalone. That's what it's called. Abalone, which is kind of really cool, especially in the light. Here's black carbon fiber, and this one right here is a blue carbon fiber. And you can see how it works in the light. That's what that's going to do. That's phenomenal. Phenomenal. That is the green canvas micarta. I think that is gorgeous. You have a beautiful classic rosewood. And then, of course, this smooth blue bone, which I have to say probably is going to be my favorite one. I really, really love the smooth blue bone. Let's take it outside. All right, so let's get this thing in the sun, polish it up. I didn't even mention like how good looking this front bolster looks. It is just really nice, man. That is super, super nice. Everybody's wondering, they're like, okay, so it has the same build quality, but what about the edge quality? Well, let's show you. Let's show you with this sweet 14C 28N razor blade. I'm here in the wind, so it's blowing off. But you can absolutely, look at this. I don't know, it's probably all blowing off. I'm catching it. You can see this thing is a freaking razor. There is no difference in the edge quality from the more expensive knives to this knife right here. This is Jack Wolf Knives all freaking day long. All right, let's put this thing to work. I'm going to do a couple drop tests. Normally, I'll do a 4-foot drop test on the ground, but I'm at about 3 feet from this one just to see how that tip is going to bite. Woo, and I missed. That's harder doing it from here. And you can see it's biting in really nice. The blade is folding over. It's not bending the tip. I don't know if I can do some hard downwards. Yes, I can. Wow, that really, really got in there. As always, the heat treats on his blades Wow, that really got in there. The heat treat on his blade is just fantastic. It's just always good stuff. Let's see, I got some thread over here. And this is that stretchy thread, so it can be a pain in the butt to cut. I don't think I'm going to have that problem with this brand. I don't care what model it is. I don't care what price point it is. This is Jack Wolf Knives, man. This is some of the best stuff on the planet. And I'm not talking just slip joints. I'm talking if you calculate any knife, Jack Wolf Knives. Oh, that's a nice push cut. Jack Wolf Knives is among the best knives on the planet. Not just the best slip joint knives in the world. It is best of the best. This is top tier production. Oh gosh, that push cut is so nice. That's through a lot of strands of that stuff, and that's that stretchy material. Let's go with the packaging plastic here, that strapping, nice and easy. Let's do a push right here and a rip, just easy. It's a working man's knife. That's what it is. I mean, the thing is with Jack Wolf Knives, collectors get them. They get them and they keep them and they put them in the collectible showcases and boxes and things like that. And they gain value. Even the Gateway series is going to gain value, especially this one, because this is the very first Gateway. These people are going to buy up because they can save them, and it's just going to increase in value. But for any real knife guy, you're going to buy this because it's a using man's knife. It's a knife made to use. That's plastic. It's a knife just made to use. I'll do a couple more double rip here on two pieces. It's just flawless, man. But you're getting a knife that you can take. Wow, you can nice edge geometry. Those are sweet curls. You can take this knife to the campground with you, and just use it. You know, you put it on your belt. Oh, here's the thing about putting it on your belt. The little leather pouches that normally come with a Jack Wolf Knives blade. Again, to save costs, they don't want to reduce the quality of the knife, so they take it out in other places. The leather sleeve that you'd get with the expensive versions isn't going to be here. But here's a good thing. It's universal for any leather sleeve for any slip joint. Not only that, but on his website, he sells custom slip joints or the regular slip joints. You can just get one of the leather sleeves right from there. And if you already have a Jack Wolf Knives blade, there's a good chance you're not storing it in that little leather pocket sheath. So you can just, it's universal. You can use that one. You could use one leather pocket sheath for everyone you have. Fantastic. Makes it really, really easy. Let's see. Gosh. These are as tightly wound as any feather you're ever going to see. If you don't think you can light a fire with that, you shouldn't be trying to light fires. This is so, I mean, oh, I dropped it. This is so nice. Wow. This is one of the best feathering slip joints you'll ever put in your hand. As far as tight, nice curls, they don't come tighter. They don't come nicer. They don't even come curlier. Let's see here. Let's take this garden hose. It's nylon with the rubber inside. It's just so easy. So easy. Oh, that rip. Something about that rip that's just nice. Just nice. Now we're going to take this up. We're going to take this. This is rubber and nylon mixed together. We're going to wind that nice and tight so it's a really good hard piece of rubber put together there, and it just goes through so easy. Now any tabletop reviewer can put this knife on a table, tell you about it, show you it, open and close it, maybe even cut a piece of paper. Wow. And they will tell you what they think of the knife. But you can't trust it unless you see it actually happening. And this is why we show you. This is why it's so important to get the knife out and just start cutting, because you need to see that this isn't just some collectible. This is a badass, everyday, every man's real knife. Real knife. Let's see here. And it's the 14C28N. I love it. I do. I really do. I love this steel. There we go. Here we go, yo. Look at this. Look at how smooth that is. Let's cut it off there at the end. Boom. That is a plastic hose, and it cuts it through like it's literally made of asparagus. It's just so easy, so nice. Let's take this. Let's see how many spiders we got in this one today. All right, so leather basketball, leather outer, followed by a mesh, followed by a rubber. So let's say you are out and about, or you're out camping and hiking and all that, and you do get stuck where you have to eat to survive and you have to skin with it. You can use your slip joint knife that you paid $69.99, and you can do that. And then what happens if you do catch it and you do skin it and you have all the meat and you want to cook it and prep it? Boom. All right, well, that's easy enough. This is thick rubber, leather, mesh, no problem. This is a everyday working man's knife. You ever see those old guys at the bank with that little leather pouch, and they have a slip joint in there? Let me ask you a question. You ever wonder how they got old? Because they had the right knife. They were able to survive. This is a right knife. This is a knife I can survive with. But not only that, it's an everyday task knife. I can throw it in my pocket. I don't even need a leather sleeve. I can put it right in my pocket. Oh crap, I need to open up this envelope. Boom. Oh crap, I need to take that plastic binding off a box. Boom. No problem. It's a cutting tool. Oh, my car broke down. I got to cut the hose. We just cut a plastic hose. No problem. This thing is going to get you everywhere, anywhere, and it's going to do it in style. That is the best part. This clip point is gorgeous. It is swedged up top. It is perfectly put. And I have to say, these scales, it's like sometimes I gotta say, Ben really knows me, man. He looked at it, he said, let's see, we need to send one to D-Bad. Let's send him the one he's gonna like the best. Holy mackerel. Abso-freaking-lutely nailed it. This is a work of art. It's a functional work of art, and it is perfection. So they drop on Tuesday, which is the 31st, I believe it is. I think it's either 31st or the 1st, but I think it could be the 31st of June, and then July 1st. So whatever Tuesday is, today is June 29th. So it drops Tuesday. Be excited for this one. It is absolutely worth the yeehaw. This is a badass knife. I am Donnie B all day. And until next knife.